Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkiemann here and welcome to another rebuild on the channel. Now, it's been like 7 months since I last did a rebuild, and I did self-consciously say to myself when we did the first one, we did a Barcelona rebuild, it was a lot of fun, that I was going to do more of these, and then I don't know what it is, lifetime, just it got out of the way. And we never did another one. It's something I always wanted to be a little bit of a staple on the channel. Was rebuilding side, seeing what we could do, bringing some transfers in, seeing if we could fix the team, taking them to Champions League glory. I always find them quite fun saves. So today we are going to be doing another rebuild, and I have taken over as Arsenal. I was thinking about the ideas when we did the clubs to manage very recently, and I thought, you know what, Arsenal's a fun one. They had such a horrendous season last year in terms of Arsenal. Like growing up, Arsenal have always been. I don't like the term big club, but they've been a team that's in the top 4 for the longest of times for me growing up, especially under Arsene Wenger. Some of my favourite players have played for Arsenal. I was always a massive Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp fan back in the day. Some of the football they play was just superb. So today, we're going to try and take them back to that glory. And to be honest with you, we've got a pretty decent foundation to work with to start off with. Arsenal just seem to be blessed with some very good youth. They've always done quite well with the youth system. And we've got plenty of them here, like Bellerin, like Saka. Obviously, like Saka. He's going to be someone I can't wait to use, to be honest with you. I'm so excited to use him. He impressed me so much during the Euros, and every time I've watched him play. Saliba, of course, out on loan. Emile Smith-Rowe, I'm a huge fan of. Martinelli as well. Joe Willock out on loan. Reece Nelson, I'm a big fan of him. So we do have a decent team. I did make the transfers that they've done. So Tavares is there, and so is Sambai, Locker, Sambai. We're terrible with names, but he's in the squad as well as Ben White. I made that transfer as well, so we've done those deals. I didn't do every team's deals. I've just done the ones that made sense for me right now. Obviously, we've still got Martin Odegaard on loan, but there's some decent players you're already seeing. We're only up to the age of 22 here, and we're already seeing a lot of quality in this team. So there is going to be that little emphasis of giving these younger players the opportunity in these early seasons in this Arsenal squad, and then really making a decision what we should do with some of the older players. I'm instantly going to list Hector Bellerin. I think his time at Arsenal is just done. I think if he goes and moves on to Spain, he might have a really good time there and then turn out to be a fantastic player. I don't mind Calum Chambers, so I'm going to keep him around for now. We've got Pepe, Mari, Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, who potentially might sign a new deal, but I'm actually going to list Granit Xhaka. I think the relationship between him and Arsenal and him, I think that's done now. I think it should be time for him to move on. We've got Elneny, Kolasinac, Bernd Leno, Matty Ryan. We're getting up in age now, but you see, we're not even in the 30s. The big question for me is what to do with Lacazette. William will be moved on instantly. And Aubameyang. I think I'm going to keep them for this season, as well as David Luiz, and then maybe move them on next season. The rules of this rebuild will be I have to use the scouting system. It really does stop me from just going out there and just signing whoever I want. It makes it a little bit more interesting. I kind of have to focus. I actually have to fully scout players before we sign them. So I like to do it that way. That's pretty much the only rule. I'm not trying to be realistic with this. I'm just trying to have some fun. I'm probably going to build it in a certain way in my vision. But I'm just trying to have some fun with this, so that's what we're going to do. Let's go and make some transfers, move some players out, and see what we could do with the squad going into this first season. The first transfer of this rebuild is complete, and it's going to be Lacazette going to Barcelona, but Sergio Dest comes our way. Of course, we're looking to get rid of Hector Bellerin. Bringing in Sergio Dest, a young American right-back, just made sense, as well as letting Lacazette move on there to Barcelona. I think the deal worked well for everyone. We also copped 12 million on top of picking up Sergio Dest in this deal. A couple more players leaving the club as well here, boys. We've got Xhaka going out, 13 million, going to be put in the pot, 16.6 million overall, and we did finally get a deal done and dusted for Hector Bellerin. He leaves the club for 19.8 million, 16 million going into the pot again. I'm not looking to be too active on players bringing in this window, but I'm certainly looking at the Arsenal squad, which is huge, by the way. Even the number of players out on loan, and starting to slowly get rid of that old dead wood and bring in new players. All right, well, that's going to be the end of this first transfer window. I haven't done too much business. I mentioned it before. The squad's really inflated. We've got a lot of players. I don't want to do too much in this first window as we start to assess and move players out. So, we'll see if we do anything in January, but let's get this first season done and dusted and out of the way, and then into next summer where we can really start to chip this squad apart, because with so many players coming back on loan as well, it's hard to make the decisions at the moment on who to bring in and who not to bring in. I'm quite happy with the business we've done so far. Let's see how the youngsters grow in this first season as well. So the first season's done here, boys, done and dusted, and we have finished in 5th place. Now, the frustrating thing about this is the board. The ball wanted Champions League football. We were 9 points shy, and I'm not surprised we were 9 points shy. If you look at the squad we had now, we did make one signing in January. Let's take a look who we brought in. We did bring in James Ward-Prowse. It just made sense. We let go a few players, William, El Neni, and now David Luiz is going to leave, as well as Cedric. Those all left the club. James Ward-Prowse came in. And to be honest with you, I'm quite happy with this season. We finished 5th place in the league. And we also made it to the Europa League semi-finals, eventually being knocked out by Marseille. I just don't think it was that bad of a season. I don't know what's up with the board. I think, considering the personnel we had, we did make that many changes in this first season. I don't know why they're so frustrated, but let's hope we keep our job here at Arsenal, or else the rebuild will be cut short very quickly. But I think at 61 we'll probably be all right, and next season should be a big year for us. We finished the season really strongly, might I add. Come like January time, I think we're about 10th. So we really finished the season strong once we got into our stride. We'll take a quick look at the squad after this first season. I'm not going to go too in-depth, though, because it's the first season. We do need a few new players. Kieran Tierney played a couple more games than I'd like, but he went up 4. We did decent, though, didn't we, to be fair? Ben White went up 4 as well, now 80 rated. Gabriel went up 4. We had some really good growth this season, if I'm being honest. Rob Holding going up 2. Mari going up 2, but Mari will probably be sold. I'm actually going to add him to the transfer list now. David Luiz will be leaving. Sergio Dest went up 5 to 80 rated, so it already shows that that swap deal was just a smart bit of business. Cedric didn't go up at all. Calum Chambers only went up 1, only 3 appearances this season for him. Gabriel Martinelli went up 4 with 42 appearances, 8 goals, 3 assists. A decent season for the young Brazilian. James Ward-Prowse, he's not been here long enough. He's got 40 appearances, but they're not all for us. Sambai, or Albert, as we can call him, went up 3. He had a decent season as well. Thomas Partey, 55 games for the big man Thomas Partey. 11 assists, had a great season for us. Martin Odegaard was absolutely brilliant, if I'm being honest with you. Between him and Smith Rowe rotating was fantastic. We are going to need a new cam for next season, or we might try and go in for Martin Odegaard. We'll see what I feel. We need to check what the budget's going to be here, but as you can see, 13 goals and 9 assists. He was very pivotal this season. Smith Rowe went up 2 with 2 goals and 2 assists. Pepe, 5 goals, 1 assist. It just wasn't a great year for him. It wasn't. Saka had a great year, though. 10 goals, 5 assists. Reece Nelson, 90 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, went up 3. We've been working on getting Reece Nelson game time. The problem is when you simulate, there's no instructions, which I'd love for FIFA 22, but I can't really tell them like what squad to play. So I did have to come in and quick sim a lot of games. So this has actually taken way longer than usual. But I wanted to make sure players like Reece Nelson and Smith Rowe actually got a look in, because unless you build the squad wafer thin, so you've only got 2 players in each position, then it just doesn't get rotated. Eddie Nketiah scored 7 goals this season and went up 2, so that's a big sign for him. Balogun went out on loan, or will be going out on loan, sorry, next season. He's gone up 3. And then the main man, Aubameyang. I mean, 27 goals, 4 assists, so I'm not inclined to get rid of him. I think he stays around again next season. That's probably one of the best years. I mean, wasn't Drogba 32, maybe 31, 32 when he won the Champions League with Chelsea? Maybe Aubameyang could do the same thing. That's it for the squad, and that's it for this season. We're going to go forward now and see what kind of budget we get. We're already looking tasty. You can see we've got a huge amount of money in the wage budget as we've cut a lot short, but I need all those players to come back now, and then we can start deciding what we're going to do with the squad moving forward. I do think top 4 is not nailed on, but pretty much achievable, especially with the amount of growth we've had this season 1. Well, I thought, considering how good Odegaard was, we're going to try and sign him, but it's not going to be cheap, and I'm kind of just going to go in at his value and just pray that Zinedine Zidane's in a good mood and accepts it. He does accept 70 million, so that will be Martin Odegaard in. When you look at the stats for this season, though, it makes sense. He played a lot of games, 13 goals, 9 assists. We've got him and Smith Rowe now in those cam positions. We're kind of set. Also, Nicolas Pepe has submitted a transfer request. Considering the season he's had, I'm actually okay. I'm going to let him go. He's frustrated with his contract. He wants a new one. I'll let him leave the club. Silly me, did not accept the terms. We offered him the contract. He accepted it, and then I just didn't accept him to join the club. So we will go back in for him if we can get him for 70 million. I pray we can get him for 70 million again. So we will go back in for him, but just going to take a little bit longer than expected. So the transfer saga continues. It does not look like we're going to be able to bring in Martin Odegaard. I messed up, and now he's valued even higher because of the attribute boost. And he wants 121 million for him. There's no way we're paying that when we need to change a lot in this squad this season. So I think I'm going to turn this deal down. Well, somehow we're still in a job. So I'm happy. I'm happy, chappy. Somehow we are still in a job. And this is the big year because a lot of players are coming back from loan. This is the season now where we really have a rebuild. I think we could push Champions League. Let's see what the expectations are. The brand exposure one is big. We should be fine. We should be able to achieve this, especially the long-term one. The youth development one, I've done the first part. I don't know if we'll do the second part. I don't really like it. In the longer-term rebuilds that we'll probably eventually go on to do, I will use the youth system. Now, they do want Champions League football again, and this season, I think we will get it. They want us to win the Europa League as well. It's achievable, man. The goals this season are achievable. First of all, I'm going to have to sort out the squad because a lot of players have come back, and I'm going to have to now start to go through them, see who's worthwhile loaning out again, see who's... we're going to actually delegate a renewal here for Lopez. See who's worthwhile going out again. Ben White there now in 80 and Gabriel in 83. So their centre-back partnership is very good. Hoffenheim, David Luiz is going to go there. Pablo Mari's joining Athletic Bilbao. Rob Holding will be the backup centre-back with Saliba this season, I think. Just means we have 4 decent centre-backs. But we need to just start moving players out. And I've got a real big decision here with Calum Chambers because his contract is going to run out. I think I'm actually going to let him go and bring in a different right back. Sorry, Arsenal fans. You know, he's not bad, but we need to make these decisions now. Torreira has gone back out on loan in real life. And I'm really tempted to keep him this season, but I think we should at least loan him for 1 more year because that's what he's done, you know, in real life. So we'll do that again. Maitland-Niles back at the club. I'm happy about that. Maybe he plays right back this season, actually. Maybe we... change him to a right back and he's a backup right back this season. I quite like that idea. How long? 4 weeks. So we'll do that with Maitland-Niles. He could be the backup right back without us having to spend a load of money. Guendouzi went back out on loan, but personally his contract's coming up. I think he'll sign for Marseille in real life. I'm just going to transfer list him and we'll get him out of the club. Martinelli was great. We've got quite a few players. Some of the younger ones though, I'd rather delegate a renewal and then just loan them out for a season. That seems to suit me a lot better at this stage. Ward-Prowse there. Sambai's gone up to 77 rated, which is great. Thomas Partey, Azizi's out on loan. Joe Willock comes back. Exciting. I just don't know how much he's going to get game time this year. We are short at Cam, so having a rotation there isn't a bad thing. Look at that. Saka already 84 rated. Reece Nelson there. He wants a new contract. I'm absolutely cool with that. I'm a huge fan of Reece Nelson, so... hopefully he has a good time. Eddie Nketiah, of course, will give a new contract. He had a very good season last time out. Cardiff, Balogun's going there on loan, and then Aubameyang. So, you know, I don't want any more than 2 or 3 players in each position because then they won't get game time. So we just have to be cautious about that as well. Maybe changing Joe Willock back to a centre mid. But the problem is we've got 1, 2, 3, at least 3 centre mids there. And Torreira, who we're going to try and loan out. So maybe Maitland-Niles becomes the 4th centre mid and we sign another Cam. Well, the only transfer offer we've received for Pepe so far is from Tottenham. And I can't do that. I just can't do that. I like the narrative because it's so rare that players swap in between those 2 clubs, but no, we can't do it. Well, interestingly, we did get the loan offer for Lucas Torreira. He's going to go out on loan. It's for 2 seasons, which is a bit frustrating, but I didn't think we'd get this again. In real life, he went to Atletico Madrid at this stage, so I didn't think we were going to get another one for Atletico Madrid for 1 year. I'm okay with the 2 year, to be completely honest with you, because when he comes back, we'll most likely sell him. But yeah, I'm happy with the 2 year loan. He's going to go to Atletico Madrid. Well, Guendouzi has left the club. He's gone to Sevilla for about £33 million. It's a decent deal here for us at Arsenal. I'm very, very happy with that. I really am. Guendouzi can go to Sevilla. He can have a good time there and we can profit by taking all that money. Well, our first transfer signing done and dusted and he's cost us nothing. We get rid of Cedric Suarez, goes to Lille and we bring in Angel Gomez. It's time for him to come back to the Premiership. The 20-year-old Cam. He's very, very good. I'm thinking about retraining him to play on the left wing instead, though, to be back up for Saka this season, as well as Martinelli in that position, or even potentially on the right. But it's a good deal regardless as he joins the club, and I'm sure he'll grow very, very well. And an English talent as well, so it's always good to have those homegrown players coming back to the Prem. But whammy here, Nicolas Pepe going to PSG. He was unsettled. We needed to get rid of him, but it does soften the blow when Zaniolo's going to join the club as well. And he is going to be the second transfer signing. We're going to instantly change him to a right mid. He's going to play on the right-hand side for the club. A decent deal as well. 40 million Zaniolo cost. I'm a big fan of him as well, and Pepe does leave. Another deal done here for Arsenal, and yeah, I have a bit of a crush on Gerard Moreno. I think he's an unbelievable striker, and I think he just helps the transition there with Aubameyang now being 31. We've got Gerard Moreno, who is top quality on the bench as well. It just adds that addition. Eddie Nketiah is going to keep growing and eventually could be the starting striker, but at this stage he can't, and with the rotation that we need, Gerard Moreno is just the man we need at 29 years of age, plus 45 million. I think it's a bit of a steal for him. We weren't done there with Gerard Moreno. I wanted some more experience in the team, to be honest with you. And for 14 million, because his contract was going to be up, and to be a backup to Kieran Tierney, of course, it just made sense. Marcelo's going to join the team. 14 million. He's a great left back. He's still 83 rated. Yeah, he's going to digress a little bit, but 2 seasons to be a backup to Tierney, perfect for me. Plus, he's got that great experience in Europe. Not the greatest of news is coming into deadline day. Real Sociedad have activated Moreno's release clause of 59.2 million. It's a good fee that we're going to bring in, but now we need to find another goalkeeper. To be honest with you, I already had one in mind. He's not anywhere near as good as Leno, but he is going to be good in the future. He's a player we've used before as well in the career modes, and that is Alban Lafont. He's not going to cost us much, so again, a cheap signing for someone who I reckon will grow very well. They want Smith Rowe. That's never going to happen, is it? We'll offer 29 million, and I think 29.5. All right. We'll be that pedantic over at Nantes. They get a good fee. We get a good goalkeeper along the French theme as well. I'm very happy with this one. Weirdly, he wanted sporadic, but it's absolutely fine. We're going to do the deal. It's not a bad deal. He's going to be the starting goalkeeper, so I don't care how much he thinks he's going to be playing sporadically for the team. He's going to be our #1 this season. We weren't done there, though, guys. A player who I think Arsenal at some stage have been linked with in real life, might even still be this season. Jesus Corona is joining the club, the 28-year-old Mexican. I'm really excited to have him here. Adds a little bit more depth out on that right-hand side and some top quality. I'm pretty happy with the deals we've done in this window so far. I think we're set for a very good season. That's going to be the end of deadline day, and the business that we wanted to do is done. I'm very happy with this transfer window, to be honest with you. You can see already we're top of the league with 4 games played, 4 wins, but we did play some easier teams. But if we look at the transfer history of the club in this window, it's not a bad deal for us, is it, if we're being honest? Let's do from first. Torreira leaves, Guendouzi leaves. A lot of loan players went out as well as some decent deals. Pepe was the big one because he didn't have a good season last year. I think that could make a huge change. If we have someone on the right-hand side getting more goals, maybe that'll be Jesus Corona. I think the deals that we brought in this season in Gerard Moreno, Zaniolo, Marcelo, Angel Gomez, Lafont, and Jesus Corona is great. We brought in some players that are going to be fantastic from the start, and also some players that are going to grow and just get better and better. Let's fast forward now to January and see how Arsenal are getting on. The way we go there, boys, we've just hit the 1st of January. Let's see. I haven't checked yet. I know we went through in Europe, and we've just been knocked out in the Cup against Liverpool, the Carabao Cup. Who cares? Let's be honest. Who cares? But let's see where Arsenal is sat in the table at the halfway stage. Wow, well, what a contrast. We are sat 3rd in the league at the moment. We're a ways off Manchester City, but we've only lost 3 times this season, 5 draws, 13 victories. We're certainly far better than we were the season before. I mean, we're a point ahead of Leicester and only 4 points ahead of Manchester United, but considering how the first half of the season's gone there, that's very good. But at this stage, I don't believe we need to do much here in January. Now, we can't really achieve the goal that we want this season because we want to win the Champions League. So there's definitely going to be at least one more season. And I kind of want to see how these young players are going to grow. We are going to progress now to the end of January. And I just don't have any interest. With how well we're performing this season, I don't see any reason to spend any more money. Without us moving players out, I can't really bring any players in. So I think we'll assess that again in the summer. Let's simulate now until the end of the season and see where Arsenal finish. If we do hit the Europa League final, though, I will play that. So we're at the end of season number 2, and unfortunately we didn't make it to the Europa League final again, getting knocked out at the semi-final stage, this time by Real Sociedad, who stole our goalkeeper. We did manage to knock out Manchester United, but they knocked us out of the FA Cup. A little bit frustrating, but let's see where we finished in the league. Not a bad season as long as we got Champions League. I think our biggest issue this year is you'll see where there were clumps of games together like Man City and Sociedad there. we kind of struggle with rotation, but as the young players get better, the rotation shouldn't be too much of an issue. So crazily, after such a good start to the season, we crumbled in the second half and finished 7th here with Arsenal. And again, I can only put it down to rotation. We seem to lose after every cup game, and that started to become the problem. This is kind of what I was expecting. Look at Aston Villa right up there. I mean, we were close. We only need to grow, what, 6 or 7 points, and we would have been in Europe. A couple of those losses, a couple of those draws, we turn into victories, and we'll be absolutely fine. The board don't seem too peeved off, which is crazy, right? They seem happier this year than they did last year. Let's take a quick look at the squad and how they grew this season. Buffon went up to being our first team starting goalkeeper. Runnison didn't go up at all. Kieran Tierney up 3. Great season from him. Marcelo didn't play that much. He has gone down 4 in total, but again, he's just cover to have in the team at the moment. Ben White up 3 to 83. Saliba up 4 to 80. Really good season from the young Frenchman. Rob Holding there, 21 appearances, so he got a lot more football this season than last year. Gabriel, only 25 appearances. Kind of struggled with injury a little bit this season, which was frustrating. Sergio Dest up 5 to 85 rated. Maitland-Niles up 4 to 80 rated. So you can already see the team is just getting better. Gabriel Martinelli had a breakout season here at Arsenal. 20 goals, 13 assists. Wow, what a season from Gabriel Martinelli in 60 appearances for the club. James Ward-Prowse there, 48 goals, 4 assists, going up 1. Albert had his best season, but only grew by 1, which is a little bit worrying for me. Thomas Partey in the end did play 40 games this season. Angel Gomez managed to get himself 15 games and up 2 on the ratings, which is great for us. Zaniolo, plagued by injury all season. He was the good young signing that we brought in and just never really managed to get on the pitch as much as we would want. But he was effective when he did play, 7 goals and 1 assist. And I'm sure he'll have a good season next year. I think he spent 4 months on the sideline this season. Joe Willock up 2 to 78, as well as Smith Rowe going up 2 to 81. Decent season for Smith Rowe. You can already see, though, in that cam position, we did miss Martin Odegaard. Martinelli seemed to fill that by getting the amount of goals he did, but we certainly missed him. Jesus Corona's first season here at Arsenal wasn't exactly as impactful as I thought it would be. Only 2 goals and 2 assists. 10 assists from Saka, up 2. 5 goals, decent season for him. Reece Nelson up 2. Just didn't get the game time, and this is a problem. I had 4 right midfielders, so it meant that Reece Nelson got left out because Saka and Jesus was prioritised. I think we need to get rid of one of the right mids, which will most likely be Corona, maybe. We'll see. Eddie Nketiah, 7 appearances, but he went up 2. Gerard Moreno in the end with 9 goals and Aubameyang with 23. Questions maybe about a new striker next season again, with Aubameyang now going down 1. I'm not sure. The team has improved greatly, but we didn't improve in league position. We got worse. This was always supposed to be a long rebuild, though. Like the project in real life for Arsenal, I think it's going to be a long-term build for them in real life. So this just reflects exactly how I think it'll be for Arsenal in real life. The team is certainly improving, so I'm not too worried, especially with the start of the season we had, but it seemed when we had a lot of games, we definitely struggled with the rotation. At the start of the season already, we've had to reject a whole host of transfers for our young players. It's been a little bit crazy. Ben White, Saliba, Smith Rowe, Tierney and Gabriel already all having big bids in for them, but they're the kind of players I need to keep around at the club. Gerard Moreno has now just added in a transfer request, so it does look like he'll be leaving the club. Well, after a bit of a flop season, we're going to accept 37.4 million for Jesus Corona. Not the best bit of business we've done. We'll hopefully make a little bit of money off of Gerard Moreno, though. 48.6 million from Barcelona. Gutted, but he was unhappy. It's not a massive first signing of the season, but we are going to sign this 20-year-old Adrien Truffert. I nailed that. We are going to sign him down here. And it just makes sense. We've got Kieran Tierney. We need a really good young left back. Just backup option. And I like this deal. Well, our first big transfer signing of the window is done and dusted. I know we haven't been as active as you probably would have liked, but this is a big one. Luka Jovic joins the club for 50 million, 83 rated striker. I think he'll have a really good time here this season. Aubameyang's probably going to start playing more second fiddle now. Luka Jovic is going to be the main man, and I just don't foresee us doing too many deals this window. Again, I want to build around the youth that we've got here at Arsenal and then add more to it. Luka Jovic, though, a quality signing, only 24 years of age as well. Well, this has definitely thrown a spanner in the works. I did not see this happening. 109 million release clause met for Gabriel Martinelli. It's a huge, astronomical amount of money, but damn, did I not see this one coming. We're really gonna... He was clutch last season. He was massive for us. We're going to have to replace him now, and it's not going to be easy. But a player I've had my eye on to replace him is Moussa Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen. He's still there. We're just going to go in for him instantly. I think he'd make a brilliant signing and a good replacement for Martinelli. They're not too dissimilar. I think it's the right deal to make. He's going to cost less as well than obviously what, you know, Martinelli's going for. Let's try and get him for 60 mil. They want 88.1. Well, that is a bit of a steep climb on what we offered. Let's go 75. I do understand that we're going to have to drop quite a bit of cash here to try and get him. Wow, they're really firm on that. But considering we're going to get 100 million for Martinelli, we're going to do this deal for the 23-year-old Frenchman, Diaby. That's going to be it for another transfer window. I'm quite happy with the amount of business we've done. Again, I'm just trying to build around the youth at the moment. So let's see how this first half of the season goes for us. We did have to play playoffs to get into the Europa League, but we managed to get through that unscathed. I can hope now that we have a very good season and that the boys grow really well. But we need some extra firepower, so a massive transfer going to be done here in January. 5 years for Moise Kean. Hopefully he'll join the club from Leeds United for 72 million. He's not coming at a cheap price, but I will show you in a second. We certainly need some more firepower. As you can see here, it's just been a horrendous season. I really don't understand why we performed so badly. I think a little bit of it was Diaby wasn't getting played until I retrained him as a left mid. He's only just started getting game time now, so they just completely ignored Diaby, did my assistant, for the entire simulation. And I don't think we're going to catch Champions League places, I have to be honest. It might be Europa League again. You can already see one of the biggest issues is Saka's got 12 goals and 6 assists, and then Jovic has only got 7. He just hasn't banged in the goals this season that we needed, even though being given the game time. And Smith Rowe's done all right, but Moise Kean looks to be doing well in the Premiership already this season. So hopefully that transfer will help us, because Luka Jovic just hasn't been the signing I thought he was going to be for the club, and I think that's where we're falling short. Since we've lost Martinelli's goals, we've just struggled to beat teams. Well, Moise Kean isn't the only big signing we're going to make here. We're also going to sign Boubacar Kamara to be back up to Thomas Partey, a position where I think we're struggling. And he's a very well-rated guy. He's 23, the Frenchman. He's actually 83 rated already. Very excited to see what he does, but we needed major reinforcements in this window because the young guns have just not done the job for us so far this season. Well, we're at the end of another season, and quite frankly, I'm not sure how I still have my job here at Arsenal, but I do. We did have a better second half of the season, I'll be honest with you. Once we got the squad sorted, definitely the second half of the season was a million times better. And we were neck and neck for 10th. We were never going to be able to come back from the position we was in, unfortunately. But we definitely had a better second half of the season. Knocked out in the Europa League again, this time by Bayer Leverkusen. But I've got confidence, boys. This is a long-term plan, and I've got confidence that we can improve. There is a little bit of a meta as well on the way to do this. And I'm slowly starting to learn that now if you want your players to be played. Basically, it's two players for every position, and that is it. And we haven't been doing that, but we are going to do that from now on. And hopefully, we can see that there's been a bit of growth. Lafont's gone up 1. Kieran Tierney's gone up 2 again, nearly 90 rated. Tavares has gone up 3, so he's 80 rated now. So very good backup for us. Ben White up 2 to 85. Gabriel up 1 to 84. Rob Holding up 1 to 80. But that's going to be Rob Holding's last season here at the club. We are going to transfer list him. McGuinness went up 1, but who cares? Saliba went up 2. I'm happy with his performance this season. Maitland-Niles went up 1. He's still more than good enough to be our backup right back, with Sergio Dest going up 3 to 88. Kamara went up 1 since he joined the club and got 21 appearances, which was nice to see. Zaniolo up 2 now to 81. Decent season. I just would have preferred a better output going forward. Diaby in the end did manage to get on track. 8 goals, 6 assists once we managed to calm him down a little bit. Sambai did not go up at all, which is a little bit worrying this season because he did play 32 games. I am going to give him next season, but if we don't see the growth we want, he'll go. We've got James Ward-Prowse here going up 1. Good season for him. 6 goals, 4 assists. Happy with him. Thomas Partey as well. Great season. 11 assists for him. Smith Rowe went up 1. 8 goals, 3 assists. I'm still pretty happy with Smith Rowe in that cam position. He's no Odegaard, let's be honest. Odegaard on the first season was very good. Angel Gomez got more game time this year, going up 3, which was good to see. I think he's going to be very good in the future. Joe Willock's time at the club is going to be done. I'm actually going to transfer list him now and let him go. Reece Nelson didn't go up at all, but I'm kind of happy with him as the backup right mid. I haven't decided yet. I don't want to let him go because I like Reece Nelson, but I think this season wasn't good enough and we probably need a better backup. Luka Jovic in the end managed to get 14 goals, so he did find some form and go up 1. Moise Keane went up 1 to 85. Eddie Nketiah stayed the same. We are going to add him to the loan list. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is probably going to be sold this season, going down 3. Well, time for a new season here at Arsenal, and we're at an all-time low for the manager rating, but we are still manager and we mean business. It's time now to change this squad for the better. And this is, I swear this will be a good year. There's no Europe as well, so I think we'll be able to have a really good performance in this season's Premier League. But we're not messing about here at the start of the season. Joshua Zirkzee was on a free, so we're going to bring him in instantly. It makes sense. As well as bringing in Ben Godfrey from Lyon. Decent transfer fee for him, but I'm happy. He can play left back and centre back. Decent. We'll let him go of Rob Holding this season. So Ben Godfrey's going to come in as a rotational centre back. I don't know if friendlies are anything to go by, but we did win the Friendly Cup, which we haven't done that yet. Even against worse sides, we did beat Barcelona and Bayern Munich. So I'm just saying, putting that out there in the world, this is going to be our year. One more players leaving the club, as I mentioned. Rob Holding will leave for 21.4 million. We'll get 18 for it. Joe Willock going as well, 15.3. Just never really progressed as much as I wanted Joe Willock to, which is a shame, but we give it a good go trying to use just the youth that we had here, and now it's time to let him go. I think giving Angel Gomez more game time and opportunities, he's going to grow a lot more than Joe Willock has. We are going to accept this absolutely huge offer here from Atletico Madrid. 128.2 million for Kieran Tierney, so we'll be on the lookout for a new left back, but I think that gives Tavares a few more game time opportunities, but I just couldn't turn 128 million down. As well as Tierney going, Torreira has been sold, and so has Nelson now. Both have left the club. With Kieran Tierney leaving, we were not gonna wait around. We're gonna go for Grimaldo, the Spanish left back from Sociedad. I think it's a great fit. He's 27. Also gives Tavares opportunities, more opportunities, because I think he could easily be 90 rated in the future, could Tavares. So I want to get him as much game time as possible. But with the Reece Nelson departure, we needed the backup right mid, and we've gone with Tete, the young Brazilian, 23-year-old. He's going to cost about 47.6 million. I'm happy with that. It's the strength in depth we need. I think this has been a good window. Let's play half of the season and see how we get on, because it's been rough so far. We've got worse every year. Surely this is the year where we get better. Halfway through the season here, we've done a little bit of transfer business, and we're kind of forced a little bit. Zaniolo, I don't know. Zaniolo had a bit of a hissy fit. He decided he didn't want to be at the club anymore, so we did sell him. Luckily for us, Adama Lookman is someone I've been looking at quite a lot, and I was really interested in picking him up. So I think he's an upgrade, actually, to be honest with you, on Zaniolo. Although only 1 rating above, I'm happy with him. Plus, he took rotation, so he shouldn't whinge as much as Zaniolo did. We also sold Maitland-Niles and brought in Denzel Dumfries. I like Maitland-Niles, but his contract was going to be up. He didn't want to re-sign because we weren't giving him enough game time. Again, Denzel's coming on a rotational contract, 83 rated, so he's already better than Maitland-Niles. I just think it just improves the team, but that's it. We're not going to do any more transfers. Let's see where we are in the league at the halfway stage, and it can't be any worse than what we've been recently, and we are in 7th place. That is a lot better. We are in technically a European place, and to be honest with you, we're not far off 4th. So if we can have a very good end to the season, we could actually finish 4th, and I'd be really happy with that. 47 points, only lost 4 times. It's definitely a better season than what we've had recently. Let's see what happens now by the end of the year. Can we have a good second half of the season? Here's hoping. So the season is done and dusted, and the big question, right? Where did Arsenal finish? I'm nervous for this, boys, because we haven't had the greatest first 3 seasons. This has definitely been an uphill mountain, but a lot of the young players that we had have really progressed now, and we've signed good talent around them. Have we managed to at least get back into the Europa League? Well, it's very good news. We did manage to get back into the Europa League, and only just missing out on Champions League by 2 points to our rivals Spurs. This is the closest we've been since I've been at the club. This is a very good sign that we can move forward again next season and do well. Let's see who stood out this year in terms of performances. Kind of the happiest the board's been at the end of a year as well, which is always nice. Always nice to see. Lafont again going up to 85 rated now. The young goalkeeper on loan will be who we use next season, so we're actually going to transfer list Runarsson. Tavares went up 1 to 81. Grimaldo went up 1 to 86. Saliba stayed at 82. Ben Godfrey went up to 83. Saliba didn't really get the game time this year. Potentially thinking about maybe moving it on. Gabriel there went up 1. Still progressing, Gabriel. Ben White, the main centre-back, is now 87 rated. Surely he gets a face next year. Denzel Dumfries only played 2 games for us, but he still managed to go up 1 rating. Sergio Dest is now 90 rated overall with 49 appearances, 5 assists and 5 goals. That's a really good return for a right-back. Kamara goes up 1 to 85 with his 25 appearances. Diaby had a very good season for his 10 assists, 5 goals, going up 1 to 86, but he does still want to leave the club. Adama Luckman went up 1 with 3 goals since he joined the club. I'm very happy with that. Bates didn't go up at all, one of the academy prospects, which is a little bit frustrating. James Ward-Prowse up 1 to 84, but he's getting on now in age. Thomas Partey up 1, but at the age of 30 is coming towards the tail end of his career. Sambai went up 1 to 80, so that's a plus that he's gone up to 80, but hasn't given the game time that he probably would have wanted and hasn't really progressed as much as needed at this stage. This was the standout season for Emile Smith-Rowe. Gone up 1 to 83, but this is the big thing. 24 goals from Smith-Rowe this season. 6 assists. I'm so glad I put him on the thumbnail. This is the standout year, and I really wanted him to do well in this series, and he has done fantastically. What a season that is for him. Angel Gomez not really doing anything and hasn't really progressed, so we are going to actually look to loan him out next season and bring in a different cam. Saka, again, another great player in this team. 22 goals, 9 assists, 89 rated now. Tete came in and went up 1. Moise Kean with 33 appearances scored 8 goals. Xerxes only had 4, but I mean, he's going to go out on loan next season. He did go up 2, which is great, but I mean, he was a free transfer. Luka Jovic only scoring 7. So our strikers didn't really do the business. It was the homegrown talent in Saka and Smith-Rowe that did it this year for us. It isn't making me want to go out and sign a new striker. I'm happy with the 2 strikers we've got. I think potentially we sign a backup cam that's better than Gomez, and that's it. We run next season very much the same because we had a good year. We nearly got Champions League football. Time for a new season here, and I've been mulling it over, and I think we're going to let James Ward-Prowse go. I'm going to negotiate this, but I think we could probably do better now. Put someone a little bit better next to Thomas Partey. Even play Thomas Partey and Kamara together, to be fair. And because he's getting on in age, and so is Thomas, I'd like to get a decent fee, though. I think it's about time we make the change. He'll go to Liverpool. We made our second signing of this transfer window, and it is a backup position. He can play a few as well, though, which is really handy. Cam, centre mid, and right midfield. But we signed Oscar, the 26-year-old Spaniard, who will be back up to Smith-Rowe this season. And he's actually a very good player, so it definitely helps. And I think we need that strength in depth this year because we're back in Europe. Unfortunately, one of the young stars at the start of this series is going to be leaving us. I'm a little bit gutted. Eddie Nketiah will be leaving the club. He's gone to Villarreal. We didn't get much from him. He just didn't grow as much as I thought he was gonna. A little bit gutted about that, but it's not a bad bit of business. It was always going to be hard for him to get into the team because of the demanding side of us having to achieve quite a bit early doors. I think if we signed him for a smaller team where the expectation wasn't as high, we could have given him way more game time. He just never really got it. It was always sat behind Aubameyang, and then of course now Jovic and Keane. It just wasn't going to happen for him. This is a very strange sight to see halfway through a season. We are through to the knockout stages of the Europa League as well, but we're top of the table. We are top of the table. I did say it'd be our year, And we are, yeah, we're top of the table, boys. And it's just, we thoroughly deserve it. I don't know how we've managed to make it this far. I am tempted now to sell Diaby. He's not wanted to be at the club for 2 seasons now. Well, the only bit of business that has been done in this window was the sale of Saliba. I've got 4 really good centre-backs, all wanting first-team football. By getting rid of one, it'll alleviate that pressure, because I'm constantly having one of them come to me and be like, I need to play more, Gaffer. I need to play more. So, unfortunately, it's Saliba. He's the weakest of the centre-backs we've got, but he's been great for the club since we've had him. He grew really well. Imagine if you'd have played him non-stop. Like, we really focused on getting Ben White up there. If you'd have played Saliba like that, he'd have easily grown as good as Ben White. Well, what I didn't expect to happen when simming this was that we would be 3-0 down within 33 minutes. 3 shots from Monaco, and they've scored all 3 of them. So we're going to jump in here and see what we can do, as if we can win the Europa League. Yes, we are in the final, and I was going to just bring you the trophy presentation, but 3-0 down, 33 minutes in. Can we turn it around? I'm not sure we can, but I'm going to give it a go. Smith Rowe. Moise Kean. Waiting for that run. Thomas Partey. And that's 1 back. That's a massive moment. That is 1 back. That was handy scoring that just before half-time. We need 3 more. I don't know if I've got that in my locker. It is a very good squad, but let's see what we could do. Oh, Diaby's been found out. It's going to be a good ball across. Moise Kean. That's 2. That's 2, boys. That's 2. Thomas Partey there. Finds Moise Kean. Moise Kean still got it. Moise Kean! Oh, he's saved by Bailo. No! We'll talk about last chance saloon. Grimaldo. Not bad ball. Thomas Partey. Smith Rowe. Emile Smith Rowe. What can he do? It's not a bad ball. Diaby! He can't score it. How does Bailo save that? He is big. Oh, Bailo's just won it. Bailo has just won them the Europa League. I mean, I don't know what we're doing going 3 down, to be honest with you. I don't know what we're doing going 3 down. We managed to get 2 back. Oh, bitterly disappointed. Those saves from Bailo at the end basically just gave Monaco the Europa League. I mean, it never was the plan to win the Europa League, but gutted we didn't get the job done there. The craziest part of that is they had 3 shots, all 3 on target. Adam Armstrong, he's a god apparently. 3 on target, and they all went in. I mean, we valiantly fought back, but we were always going to struggle. But let's see how we got on in the league. And it wasn't all doom and gloom this season, boys, because Arsenal won the league. We won the league, lads, by 8 points. It was a very comfortable finish this season. That does mean we are in Champions League football next year. Hopefully we can get the job done. But that is beautiful, right? That is good for Arsenal fans. We spent every single year without getting Champions League football, and then the first year we get it, we win the league. Well, that's going to be the end of another season here for Arsenal, and next year, could that be the year that we win Champions League? We need to find a new left winger. Diaby's leaving us and going to Liverpool for 110 million, but we can spend that wisely. I mean, it's literally the only position we need to find someone for now, and then potentially as seasons go on, find a replacement for Thomas Partey, because he's getting on a little bit now. 31 now. But apart from that, I mean, we're looking pretty good. Imagine this year, instantly Champions League final. Who knows? One Frenchman leaves, another one joins in Thomas Lemar. He should be decent. He's 85 rated, left winger. We did sign him from Spurs. We did, but I was searching about and there weren't really anyone that tickled my fancy. And Lamar's very good. I still think there's Adoma Luckman who can improve, who's 84 rated now. So I felt like it was a smart deal. We weren't going to get another Diaby. Diaby was fantastic, but 2 years of wanting to leave the club. It was only gonna happen at some stage, wasn't it? Well, boys, we're at the halfway stage of the season and things are going quite hunky-dory. We're still in both cups and we did make it out of our group in the Champions League, although the draw isn't too good. We can get the easiest of draws. We're going to be taking on Barcelona over 2 legs, and that's just, wow, it's quite spread apart. I didn't realize it was that far spread apart. That's quite difficult. Now, as far as I'm concerned, still no transfers need to be done. We'll take a quick look at where we are in the league. We're currently sat 3rd in the league, and that's fine. We've won the Premiership title. All that matters is that we get Champions League again, and that we do something in the Champions League. Like, we've crumbled. Every time we've been in Europe and in the league, we've crumbled. Our league form has been terrible because of Europe. This year, it doesn't seem to be the same case. Only lost 2 games so far. That's the best record in the league. And we're only 5 points behind Spurs at the top. It's going to hurt because it's Spurs that are winning the league at the moment. But there's still half a season to go. A lot can change. We were also in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. But as you can see, we drew Man City. Chelsea drew Norwich. We drew Man City. So we'll see how that goes. It'd be nice to add more trophies to the cabinet with only the one being there so far in 5 seasons. I will come back if there's any transfer news, but I don't think I'm going to do anything. I'm really happy with the squad that we've got at the moment. We drew the first leg of the Carabao Cup. It'll be interesting to see if we can go through in the away game. And we do. We are into a final of a cup. That's great news. Well, let's see how we get on here on the first leg against Barca. We do lose it. So 2-1 the deficit. Interesting to see what we can do there. Can we beat Chelsea in the cup final? No, we lose 4-3 in the cup final. Absolutely gutted for the boys. We're having a very good season, but you can see we're fighting on all fronts, and we go on to lose against Norwich as well. So we're out of both cups now. But can we overturn that against Barcelona? The Champions League is the main goal of this save. Can we get that win? This is massive if we can. No, we lose. We will be out of the Champions League, boys. It's the first time being back in, though. Valiant effort. And we'll just have to go again next season. We just go again next season. Another season done and dusted here at Arsenal, and we did manage to finish in a Champions League spot. And I kind of view this as a victory because we've managed to get Champions League and still performing all those cups this season. Yes, I'm gutted that we lost the final and we come away trophyless this season. But at least we repeated it. At least we are now back in this competition. I'm probably going to have to now look at strengthening the squad beyond what they're already at in order to be able to compete in the Champions League as well. So we might have to take a look at some players that are extremely high rated and start splashing some serious cash if we want to do that. Let's take a look at how the squad got on this season though. The board for some reason hate me now. All of a sudden they wanted us to win the league. I don't know. Let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. The objectives in FIFA, they're a bit buggy. As you can see here, Lafont's gone up 3 to 89 rated. Grimaldo up to 89 as well. Tavares only up 1. I'm thinking about selling him potentially. I mean, Grimaldo just plays every game at the end of the day. Ben White up to 89. Gabriel 86 still. Godfrey 85. I'm thinking about getting rid of Gabriel and bringing in another like 89 rated centre back, maybe. I don't really know where we're going wrong at the moment. Sergio Dest there, as you can see, up to 91. Denzel Dumfries 85. We've also got Kamara here doing really well, up 1 again, 87. Adama Lookman did not improve this year, neither did Lamar, but I'm still happy with both of them in general. I would like more output, to be honest, from both of them, but I think they can do a job again next season. Thomas Partey, of course, he's been so pivotal. Replacing him is going to be extremely difficult. Albert went up 1 still at the age of 26, but he's never really going to achieve the potential he would have done if you'd have used him, if you'd have played with him. I think we do need another centre mid next season. Now, Smith Rowe's injured at the moment, but again, standout season, 26 goal for us. He's the key going forward at the moment, it appears. Him and Saka. Saka 16 goals, 11 assists. Tete only 2 goals, 1 assist, which is a bit frustrating. He did go up 1 as well though. Must be noted, Saka now is 91 rated, the highest rated player at the club. Moise Kean, 29 goals this season. It's the best year we've got out of a striker as far as I'm aware. This kid, 92 rated. Look, him and Saka. I just said Saka's the best. It's Moise Kean at 92 rated. Luka Jovic just couldn't get a look in this season, quite simply because of Moise Kean. I might look to move on Luka Jovic if we need the money. If we don't, I'll keep him. I mean, you can't imagine a better player to come off the bench or to be back up to Moise Kean than Luka Jovic, to be honest with you. But decent this season. I think we need another centre mid now, though. We're definitely getting old in that position, and maybe like an 89, 88 rated centre back would be huge for us as well moving into the new season. I mentioned that we needed a new centre back and a new centre mid just to take us to the next level. So we're going to sign Gravenberch, who is 88 rated already, as well as Joe Gomez. Now, Joe Gomez is 29, but he's English and he's already 88 rated as well. So it's quite a big upgrade. In both positions, it's quite a big upgrade by basically 4 or 5 in some cases. So I like both of those deals. They're big deals, they're big transfers, but this is the year where we want to push on for the Champions League. I imagine that'll be all we do in the market. just these two boys coming in, but they're certainly going to help us, I think, when it comes to Champions League football. Of course, for players to come in, some players have to go, and Gabriel is the player we've decided to sell at centre-back. We get 53 million for him. It's a decent deal, so Joe Gomez will take Gabriel's place. Team looking strong there, man. Gomez and White as the centre-back partnership. We really got to a stage now where the squad's looking really strong. Of course, Gabriel's not the only one being sold. Rabiot will leave the club. I think he served us well. For 2 seasons, he's been very good. We're going to sell him for 22.2 million. He's 32 now, so that's still a good price for a 32-year-old at 82 rated. He's going to go to Villarreal. Also making his way out of the club is Nuno Tavares for 30.5 million. I genuinely think this guy could have been great if we haven't had Kieran Tierney, right? Like, Kieran Tierney's so good. He got up to 89 rated really quickly. But because of that, nobody else got a sniff on the pitch. And then Tavares never really got an opportunity. I certainly think if you were going to pick him up, you were going to sign him, you were going to use him in one of these rebuilds. If you was giving him a lot of game time, there's no doubt in my mind that he could grow easily to 90. But he didn't for us, so he is going to be leaving the club. There we go again. Barca again. Now, we've beaten him in the first leg. Can we beat them in the second leg as well? We can. And that'll draw us up against RB Leipzig. Let's see how we get on. Is there actually going to be the Champions League win this season? This is probably going to be the longest episode we'll ever have. That's another cup won. We have won 2 cups this season now. We've won the Carabao and the FA Cup this season already. Can we get to a Champions League final? The squad we built this year, I kind of knew with the players we brought in was going to take us to the next level, and we will be in the final of the Champions League against Liverpool. Of all teams, we're taking on Liverpool, an all-English tie for the Champions League final. Oh, well, I got it massively wrong. I got it massively wrong. I forgot that it's neutral for the semi-final of the FA Cup. So Liverpool in the FA Cup final. We've already won the Carabao. And then we also have Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final. Now, before that, let's see where we finished in the league. And we are champions again of the league. Now, I've said it before. I knew this year when we made the 2 massive signings in Joe Gomez and Gravenberch, that was probably just going to push us over the edge to being a great side. We could be on for a quad here, boys. We could be on for a quad. Well, first of all, let's see if we can win the cup against Liverpool. And we can. So it's on to the Champions League final. Here we go then. Santiago Bernabeu for the Champions League final. And to be honest with you, we've been playing with Palace, so it's going to be really interesting using such a good squad. It felt good when we played against Monaco in the Europa League final. Let's hope for a different result, though. I'd like to be done with this. I've taken the best part of 6 hours to sit down and record this, boys. So, yeah, this would be a nice fitting end. They smashed Milan to get to the final, but, I mean, we did the same against Leipzig. Adama Lookman here instantly played in, probably questioning where his help was. His help might come in the shape of Thomas Partey. Smith Rowe now. Oh, what a save from Yellow Black. Smith Rowe nearly opens up the scoring. It'd be fitting for him to score as well, considering he was a big part of the rebuild. I wanted him to progress really well. Oh, Saka's been played in behind. Saka now, tight angle. What a save from Oblak. Moise Keane with the goal. 1-0 Arsenal. Moise Keane with the goal. Beautiful. Let's have it. The team feels really good to use, to be honest with you. Dangerous free kick position here now for João Felix. The last thing I want is them slotting this in the back of the net. Oh, that's interesting. That wasn't at all what I was expecting from them. Smith Rowe out. Finds Moise Keane, surely, to finish off the game. We are going to be Champions League champions here, boys. Moise Keane with a goal. Smith Rowe with the assist. Lovely. Absolutely fantastic. I wasn't sure how this was going to go with the sliders. And I haven't played FIFA for a couple of days. I thought, oh, this isn't the greatest game to warm myself up with, but what a finish that is, by the way. Let's go, boys. There we go. Champions League winners. Arsenal, finally. Whoo. God, I'm happy about that, boys. Moise Keane on the day with a brace. Atletico Madrid just couldn't stand it, could they? They could not stand the heat. Great squad, though. What's great is that we've still got some players left from the start, you know. Some Arsenal boys here. Smith Rowe and Saka. This will be a huge moment for them. Absolutely huge. Of course, Ben White we had from the start of the save, but He's a new transfer. He's a new transfer. But look at that. Look at the celebrations. I should have given Smith Rowe the captain's armband just so he got to lift the trophy. But I think we've got Thomas Partey with it, to be honest with you. Trophy looks pretty good. In fact, have I seen this yet? Have I seen a Champions League winning yet? I think I have, haven't we? We did it with Bayer Leverkusen. But yeah, boys, it's been fun doing this rebuild. I've really enjoyed it. It's taken way longer than the Barcelona one did because we built a little bit differently, trying to keep a lot of the players around. But it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have. This takes quite a lot of time to do. You know, I think when you see the rebuilds and you see the entire career mode in one thing, you think, oh, you just click record and sim, but it doesn't go that way, unfortunately. I've learned that the hard way today. It's taken us like 7 hours to do this, but there we go, boys. Arsenal are your Champions League champions. The rebuild is complete. We tried to keep as many originals as possible, and I think we did a pretty good job of that. I appreciate the support, boys. It means so much to me. If you did enjoy this video and you enjoy this style of video, smash the like button, leave comments, let me know, because the video needs to do well for me to be able to set aside time to keep doing this and prioritizing it ahead of other stuff. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, this is ace.